Appalling Financial Skullduggery, Kim Kardashian crypto push, fake gold company, NJ Delhi worth $100 million. If you've ever invested in a stock, you've probably made an investment based on some seemingly solid advice. But there's always that fear in the back of your mind that you may be investing in a scam and being tricked into thinking it is legitimate. Hi and welcome back to another video of Finance Sense, where we cover all the latest trends in the financial markets and the economy. In this video, we will talk about 3 separate cases of fraud and how the feds finally caught up with them, namely the Kim Kardashian and Ethereum Max project, the California fraudster posing as a hedge fund billionaire, and the failing New Jersey deli involved in a market manipulation scam. But before we begin, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and click on the notification bell to stay updated with our videos. Now, let's head on to the video. First, the Kim Kardashian and Ethereum Max project. On June 13th of 2021, Kim Kardashian promoted the Ethereum Max or EMAX cryptocurrency in an Instagram post. Although the post has now been taken down, the text read as follows: "Are you guys into crypto? This is not financial advice, but sharing what my friends just told me about the Ethereum Max token. A few minutes ago, Ethereum Max burned 400 trillion tokens, literally 50% of their admin wallet, given back to the entire EMAX community." Kim Kardashian is a well-known TV personality, a social media influencer, and a businesswoman in the cosmetics industry. So her supporters are not precisely the type that would be inclined to purchase cryptocurrencies. Nevertheless, she had a massive impact among more than 200 million followers on Instagram at the time of her post. For her Instagram post, the cryptocurrency project Ethereum Max paid her $250,000 in order to raise awareness and spark interest among her followers. And now, Kim has agreed to pay the SEC back the original sum plus interest and a $1 million penalty in order to resolve the accusations against her. The fact that Ethereum Max is currently accused of being a big pump-and-dump scheme makes the situation extremely intriguing. A class action lawsuit was launched earlier this year against Ethereum Max and several of its promoters, including Kim Kardashian, Floyd Mayweather, and Paul Pierce, a basketball player. It asserts that such public figures deceived investors who ultimately purchased Ethereum Max tokens to increase confidence in the cryptocurrency. As part of her current efforts to disassociate herself from the case, Kim Kardashian has cooperated with the SEC's investigation and agreed to a settlement. So why is the SEC concerned about Ethereum Max and Kim promoting it? Protecting ordinary investors is the SEC's primary goal. Since it appears like Ethereum Max tried everything it possibly could to get individuals to purchase it, it would be awful for everyone who did if Ethereum Max is indeed a pump-and-dump scheme. They provided an example in their white paper of how their token might be staked to receive a daily yield of 2%. Most individuals, they said, don't realize the power of compounding or the amount of money it can give you. However, basic math will show that they are relying on the assumption that anyone who reads their explanation do not understand compounding interest. A $1,000 investment would grow to approximately $2 billion in 3 years at a daily rate of return of 2%, or more than $22,000 yearly. You don't have to be particularly intelligent to realize a system such as this is almost unattainable and that anybody claiming it to be legitimate must be attempting to scam you. Ethereum Max further stated that it was supporting the value of cryptocurrency through multiple mechanisms for generating scarcity. For instance, Kim Kardashian claimed in her post that the project burned 400 trillion tokens, essentially distributing the value of those tokens to all coin owners. But compared to the 2 quadrillion tokens that the EMAX project first offered, $400 trillion comes up short. There is also the issue of whether the SEC even has a legal right to control EMAX, regardless of whether it was meant to be a pump-and-dump scheme or not. Companies like Coinbase and Ripple Labs are still suing the SEC over the legal rights issue. According to the Securities Act of 1933, anybody who promotes a security is required to report if they were compensated for it and how much. The aim is to provide complete transparency to anyone who might decide to purchase the security after seeing it. For instance, a post on Instagram urging others to buy it. However, it is debatable whether or not cryptocurrencies constitute securities. According to the SEC, Ethereum Max is, due to the fact that it involves investing money into Ethereum Max with the expectation of profiting from other people's efforts. In addition to emphasizing different project improvements that may be viewed as efforts of others, Ethereum Max makes clear guarantees about the expectation of generating. It seems unlikely that Kim Kardashian intentionally tried to deceive her Instagram followers into investing in a pump and dump scheme. She doesn't have much expertise in the cryptocurrency sector, so it's possible that she didn't realize Ethereum Max was a pump and dump. Sadly, many individuals lost a great deal of money as a result of her post, and she's now making up some of that loss. Next, we have Justin Costello's case. He claimed to be a wealthy hedge fund manager who had handled money for a Saudi sheikh and had an MBA from Harvard. He also claimed to be a wounded Special Forces veteran, having shrapnel in his leg during the Iraq War. Instead, he engaged in nearly every financial crime known to man, including soliciting and stealing money from investors, insider trading, managing a massive pump and dump scam, and misleading investors about creating a cannabis empire. It all began in 2019 when he acquired the majority stake of a small business named Discovery Gold Corporation, now known as GRNF. He said he would take over as the company's president, CEO, and sole director in a public filing. The same filing also stated that he was a CEO of a private equity and hedge firm and claimed to have a Harvard MBA. The following day, GRNF stock soared 1,000% from 0.23 cents per share to 3 cents per share on trading volume, 400 times than usual. However, Costello didn't actually hold a Harvard degree or run a hedge fund firm or private equity. Along with making false claims in public filings, Costello promoted the stock of GRNF and other companies to drive up the prices of those shares. He conned hundreds of ordinary investors into giving him their money, which he then used to purchase shares of GRNF. In one instance, he personally sold an investor millions of dollars worth of GRNF at a price 100 times higher than the market price. In addition, he deceived investors by forming a private business with the same name as a different publicly listed firm and tricking them into purchasing the worthless private company's shares instead. Finally, he made close to $1 million before selling his shares by promoting penny stocks on Twitter and utilizing other stock promoters. All in all, the scams he planned and executed defrauded over 7,000 investors and amounted to more than $35 million. His claims about being a Harvard MBA, a wealthy hedge fund manager, and an Iraq War veteran served as a foundation for all of his actions. But what he did after receiving the money was maybe even crazier. In order to pay for an extravagant wedding for himself and his bride, he took millions of dollars from a fraudulent banking firm he operated and transferred them to his own accounts. When the authorities eventually learned about his scams, he agreed to surrender himself to an FBI office in San Diego, but he never showed up there. But he was finally arrested near San Diego by a SWAT team. According to reports, Costello's victims lost $25 million as a result of Costello's multiple scams. And lastly, the New Jersey deli, which despite making less than $40,000 a year in income, is presently valued at $100 million on the public market. The father-son duo of Peter Coker Sr. and Peter Coker Jr. created the fraudulent company Hometown International. However, it turned out to be almost entirely fraudulent from the beginning. A single deli location was established in late 2015 in New Jersey. The perpetrators formed the business, registered it on the OTC markets, and devised a plan to manipulate and increase the deli stock's value over time. They accomplished this by trading shares among themselves. The way it works is as follows. Since it is an e-liquid penny stock, the limit price would be the best or nearly the best offer available. One individual would put a limit sell order at a price far higher than the acceptable market price. Under normal conditions, it would never get filled. But in this case, the perpetrators would then issue a market purchase order from a different account, which would then be quickly filled at the fraudulently inflated limit sell price. Hometown International stock price remained unchanged and reasonable at around $1 per share, but the perpetrators continued this game by selling the shares to themselves at rates exceeding $10 per share. The result was that other participants in the market assumed the company must be legit after noticing both the fraudulent trade volume and the inflated price. They succeeded in tricking the market into giving their failing deli a market valuation of more than $100 million. David Einhorn, a well-known short-selling hedge fund manager, was the first to make this scheme public. He emphasized the valuation of Hometown International in April 2021 when he declared that the stock market at the time was incredibly overpriced. He highlighted that a single deli must have excellent pastrami if it has a market value of $100 million. The news was immediately taken up by more media outlets, and finally, the SEC joined the discussion. After a year, they ultimately filed charges against the perpetrators for stock market manipulation. 1.5 years after being cleared for his research, David Einhorn responded to the SEC charges by humorously claiming never actually got to eat their pastrami. I'm afraid we have reached the end of the video for today. Thank you for watching this far. Please subscribe, give a like if you enjoyed it, and comment your thoughts below. This is Finance Sense, helping you keep up with all the latest trends in the financial markets and the economy. See you in the next video.